Yeah, I told my girl, I was like, just make sure she isn't born on the fucking season opener. Like that's I was a little nervous about that, but I was like, she said she was sore and stuff. I was like, those aren't contractions, are they?
Hold it.
And then hopefully if we can wait till after the first hockey night in Canada.
You know what drives me absolutely bonkers is the people in the comments trying to blame that play on Evan Bouchard. Just because he was on the ice, it's his fault? Like, come on, man. Stuart Skinner, first of all, never should have given up that rebound. It was shot from the center line, and he can't control the rebound. Give me a break. He drops it there and doesn't do anything with it. People say Evan Bouchard should have taken the puck. He didn't have a chance to. Stuart Skinner was protecting it with his stick on the side Evan Bouchard was on. What was he supposed to do? Toe drag around his stick with the puck? Like, give me a break. That's all on Stuart Skinner. Just a very, very poor play, which ultimately cost us the game. And you know what? It was very, very disappointing because I was very complimentary of Stuart Skinner throughout that game, up until that point. Up until that point. And then he blew it. You know the media was going to ask him about it. He laughs about it. And then he goes on to brag about himself, about how good he was in the shootout. He wasn't that good in the shootout, man. They hit 2 posts, and then he lost it in the shootout as well, too. Like, I understand you got to build on the positives, but, I mean, the negatives in this one clearly outweigh any positive in that game from him. So, very, very unfortunate. Guys, please make sure you're following the channel. We got about 50 plus people on the live. We're doing pretty good. But I would like to see everybody on this live following the channel. Do the right thing, guys. Help me out here. Click on that follow button. I dedicate my time here for you. So the least you could do, I would appreciate it if you could give me a follow by clicking on that follow button. It's free to do so. And if you really want to support the channel, you can be like my good friends there, Kefius and Allertson. You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on that yellow gold button and showing your support for the absolute best Edmonton Oilers TikTok live channel on the face of the planet, the Stuart For Real TikTok live. And you are tuning in to the No Pucks Given podcast live on TikTok. So TikTok's got a special place in my heart for you guys, because this is really where I got my start just, a year ago when I started doing the live. So to see where we are now, it's amazing, and I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. So if you guys are just tuning in online on Spotify or YouTube, just so you know, if you want to watch this live, you can on TikTok. We usually go live 8 p.m. every Thursday, and this way you can get in the live chat. We'll answer your questions on the live, or you can send in your comments and questions to nopucksgiven.stuartforreal@gmail.com. And then just a quick word from our sponsors on the show. You can see I'm rocking the Bench Clears gear. I got every color for the Edmonton Oilers. Bench Clears hooked it up. Officially licensed merchandise from the National Hockey League. This podcast is brought to you by benchclears.com, officially licensed hockey apparel that keeps you looking sharp on and off the ice. Hockey tanks, hoodies, windbreakers, they've got it all. Shop now at benchclears.com. And then we've also got an exclusive promo code for you guys. For those of you that have tuned in for the other episodes, obviously you know what that code is, but if this is your first episode you're tuning in for episode 3, you're going to have to wait towards the end of the show, and we're going to give you an exclusive promo code where you can save 15% off these awesome hockey jerseys. Hockey basketball jerseys is what I like to call them, but Bench Clears calls them hockey tanks because that's what they are. And not only that, we've got other merchandise that they sell as well too. Like I said, windbreakers, hoodies. I've got all that merchandise as well too. So make sure you check them out at benchclears.com, and make sure you use the promo code. We're going to give that to you towards the end of the show. Joining us on the No Pucks Given podcast, his first time ever joining us on the 3rd episode here, we've got Maj Sports from Oilersnation. How are you, buddy?
Dude, I'm doing great. Long time no talk, Stu. Long time no talk.
It's been a while. It's been a while, man. I'm sure you've been busy. I've been watching your content. You're putting out some good stuff there, man.
I appreciate it, man.
And drop a follow.
Yes, sir.
It's smart. Ask for the sale. Ask for the sale. It's smart, man.
Exactly.
It's very good, man. So
I love how you do the little and drop a follow.
Well, that's how you do it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. No, you got it. You kind of. I thought I was talking for a second.
Yeah, it did sound like you. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. So tell me, man, the goalie situation for the Edmonton Oilers. Are you panicking? Are you hitting the panic button after game one, after that atrocity we saw last night?
Dude, I've been panicking ever since, man. This, like, I don't understand how Stuart's, I actually, genuinely, I actually don't like talking about him anymore because it's just the same crap all the time. Literally, it's just the same thing all the time. Like, we've been talking about Stuart Skinner or Calvin Pickard all the time. To be honest, they're both mid. I can't wait to see Connor Ingram. That's the guy that I'm excited for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what I thought was crazy about one of those videos you put out about the predictions for the game? Waz called it, bro. Literally. He literally called it.
Yeah, he did. And everyone hated that when he did that, but I wasn't even that mad. I was like, you know what? Like,
he's probably right.
I don't like exactly right when he said Stuart Skinner is gonna let in a copy gold and everyone's gonna want to send him to the sun. I was like, you know what? I could actually see that happening. Not a bad take. And
but he was right about the score too, man.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know. I think Stuart Skinner is just at some point, like at this point, I don't even care. Like, I literally don't even care about Stuart Skinner because it's just like, sooner or later, the manager will realize that he's not a good goalie. It's just me and you have been realizing this for the past 2 seasons, and we just somehow made it to the cup final both times. And I think the biggest reason why we lost, because of Stuart Skinner.
100%. 100%. 100%,
the team
man.
in front of him carries him, makes him look really good. And then when we need a big stop, he can't make a stop. It's like yesterday.
100%.
Yesterday was a 3-0 game. First goal was kind of fluky. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like all the other ones are so bad.
Second goal, you'd like to have for him to have that one.
Yeah, I even just one of those saves, nice. He just can't save anything. And then what was he doing on that third goal? I was in the building for the game. What was he doing? I was watching, and then I was like, when they were celebrating, I'm like, what the hell just, like, everyone beside me were like, what just happened? One guy beside me, he's like, holy crap, we need to get this guy off of the team. Like, already game one. I was like, geez, game one, like, this is terrible. And everyone in my whole section was like, this guy is so bad. How is he still on this team?
Who starts on Saturday, Pickard or Skinner?
It's probably going to be Skinner, probably. And then we're going to go up 4-0, be having a great time. And then Stuart Skinner's probably going to, like, leave the net, fall over, and then they're going to score. And then he's going to just put one in his own net. The thing I don't understand is how people still stand up for him. Like, they see him do all this. Like, he only makes $2 million. Well, then invest in a goalie then. You're the one that paid him $2 million, and he sucks. He's so bad. Yeah. He's so bad. Like, sometimes he plays good, and I'm like, wow, that was Stuart Skinner. And then there's sometimes, okay, there he is. There he is. Like, when it was 3-0, I was waiting. I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. Why is it? Then that fluke going in, I was like, okay, that's not even his fault. Then the second one was a high stick, and then that third one, I was like, there he is. There he is. Welcome back. Oh, God, I missed him.
I said the exact same thing at the start of the show, Maj, and I was like, I was really feeling bad because throughout the game, I was like, I'm going to give Skinner a chance. He's our guy. He's the starter. And I was very complimentary of him throughout the entire game. Well, not the entire game, obviously. You saw the video. But, the first period, he looked like a different goalie almost. He had the new mask. I was commenting on the mask. I was like, I like his new mask. Maybe that's given him some confidence. He actually looked like he lost some weight. He did look thinner in net. And some of the saves he was making, and Maj, I don't know if you've seen it. I remember there was this flutter puck that happened. I think it was like somewhere in the third period. And this flutter puck, it's like 2 miles an hour. He catches and he does the... And I was like, okay, calm down, Stuart. Okay, whatever helps your confidence, I guess. Whatever helps. Just keep the puck out of the net, buddy. And then when that third goal happened, I just absolutely lost it, man. I was just like, you saw it, right?
Yes, I saw it. It was so. It was so. That was literally me. Skinner, what are you doing? It was so bad,
dude. I was so angry.
Everyone too. They're always like the thing that made me mad too is like everyone's like, oh, he lost 15 pounds, and I was like, oh, good for him. He lost 15 pounds. He's gonna be a totally different goalie. Like, no, he's still the same Stuart. He's so. I don't know. If I'm ever, I know you watch Oilersnation podcast and all that stuff. If I'm at, like, I am the only one in that office that does not like Stuart Skinner, and I stand by it. I never will. I don't like Stuart Skinner.
I told you to hop in there and just grab the mic and say it, man. You probably get fired, but
but I know I can't switch up now. I haven't liked Stuart Skinner since he's been played. I can't switch up now, and it's good that I haven't switched up because he's still not good at playing his position. I don't know what it is. It's Stuart Skinner. He's the same goalie. I know it's one game, but it's like we've said this with Stuart Skinner how many times? Like
multiple.
Oh, yeah, it's just one game. It's one game. No. Okay, this is just a second bad game. It's fine. He'll be good next game, and then it's just over and over. We've been saying this for the last 2-3 years. Okay, that was just one bad game. He'll be better next game. Okay, that wasn't even his fault. It's like people blame Bouchard for that goal. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't really blame Bouchard.
No, how could you?
How could you? Bouchard's like, okay, what is this guy doing? And then he just stands there. Like, what is Bouchard gonna do? Like, if I was Bouchard, maybe what Bouchard should have done and said, like, should have like yelled at him, maybe. But like,
here, pass or something, right?
If I'm Bouchard, I'm just like, okay, what is this guy doing? Like, I would be so confused in that situation. I don't know what. Like, it makes no sense. Stuart Skinner's not good. I can't wait for Connor Ingram. That's the one guy I'm actually very excited to watch.
Let me ask you this. If Calvin Pickard was playing that game in that position, what do you think would have happened?
Oh, Calvin Pickard, like in that position when Stuart Skinner, controller died,
just in that situation,
covered the puck or played the puck or yelled at Bouchard to take it. Like he would have actually probably done something. And I think both goalies are not good. Like I think Calvin Pickard's better, but is Calvin Pickard on a whole other planet? No, he's a good backup. Same with Stuart Skinner. They're both good backups. That's what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And we just need Connor Ingram to return to how he played with the Coyotes, and I think he will. If he plays half of what he was a 9-12 or 9-13 goalie on the Coyotes.
Yeah, come on.
If he comes here and he's like, we call him up and he's like a 905 goalie, that's perfect. That's great. Right. I love that. Stuart Skinner's I think yesterday his save percentage right now is 860 or something. It's really bad. I don't know.
It's definitely bad. I mean, you look at the shot totals as well too. I mean, the Oilers almost doubled them in shots. I think I didn't look at the final shot total, but throughout the course of the game, you could see the Oilers were. Dustin Wolf was a lot busier than Stuart Skinner was, man, and just that's all she wrote. That's how it went in the end.
And we don't even need we don't need a goalie like Dustin Wolf. We just need a goalie half of what Dustin Wolf is. Just an average goalie that doesn't do stuff like Stuart Skinner did last night.
We would have won the Stanley Cup by now, Mom.
Yes. We would have. There's so many examples you could. It's like last year when Stuart Skinner, the puck just bounced off his chest and he just left it there. It's like, what are you doing? I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, crazy Alberta girl 81. Listen, we're not saying we hate Stuart Skinner, okay? Like, Stuart Skinner is a good guy. He's a good human being, right? It's just, if we're giving our honest take on how not good he is, then it is that's our opinion, right? So I'm not doubting that you love him and you want to support him. That's great. I want to support him too. But he makes it very difficult for me to want to support him when you watch the blunders he has each game. It's just the thing that's lacking in his game is consistency. We all know that. We all know it's consistency. He knows it. And Maj, before you join the show, I'm just gonna I gotta take a phone call here, so I'm just gonna end it on this note here. Yeah. The one thing that drove me absolutely bonkers, obviously you saw the video, that drove me very bonkers, but what drove me insane, and I don't know if you guys talked about this at the office, Maj, did you see Stuart Skinner's post-game interview?
Listen, I didn't see it, but I will tell you what he said, and I didn't even see it.
Go ahead.
Was it like because he always says this one line. I'm blanking on it right now, but he always says like, "Oh, it was a good test" or something, or like it was just. I know the one. I know he said one particular line. Did he say one particular line?
This is what I got angry about when they when they asked him about what happened there, because obviously they were going to ask him. Of course, the media is going to ask him about that. And Stuart Skinner looked at him and said, "Oh yeah, it doesn't make me look very good there." And then he started chuckling and laughing about it. And then he went on to brag about how good he was in the shootout that he lost still to Dustin Wolf. So my issue is, okay, yeah, he's admitting it, but he's not taking accountability, saying that was on me. And then he goes on to talk about how good he's like, that's the best I've played in a shootout. You lost. Dustin Wolf played better than you in the shootout. I understand it went 7 or 8 rounds, But if that doesn't happen there, like what he couldn't say, hey, you know what? Yeah, that play's on me. Shouldn't have happened. Like at least I would have respected that. But he played it off as if it wasn't his fault, and then went on to the shootout to talk about how good he was in there when he wasn't. He lost. So that's my frustration. Just not openly admitting that, that's on me. I got to be better. I let the guys down there. We had everything. And it was funny as well, too. Right before he said that was probably one of the best defensive games we've played. Yeah, it was.
It was, and you still
And you still lost the game for us. You know what I mean? So that was my frustration, man. Just listening to that afterwards it didn't make me any happier.
Usually people stand up for Stuart Skinner. I actually didn't see much of that last night. Like
They were crickets, eh?
Yeah, people are
because they do.
People are kind of starting to realize, like, oh, wait a damn minute. Okay, maybe they were right because he still is the same exact goalie. Like, it's those mistakes. He just cost us game. Like, that third goal should have never happened.
No.
We would have won that game 3-2, 4-2, whatever. But because that mistake, we lost the game. So,
yep.
I don't know. It's just going to be more of that. Like, that's why I'm not even... if he does that in the Canucks game, will I be mad? Nope, I won't. I'll just be like, oh, well, there he is. Yeah, we're used to this. I don't really
Typical.
Yep, typical Stuart Skinner.
Yeah. Anyways, I got to get going. I got a couple messages I got to answer. But Maj, thanks for joining the show, man. Hopefully we can get you on the show a little bit more often. What happened to Waz's podcast there? I've been waiting since he started to get invited on the show. The invite never happened, though.
Man, me and Waz, I don't know. It just like kind of just... we kind of just got busy and it kind of just stopped.
Yeah.
Like that's literally what happened. But I don't know. If Waz ever asked me to do it again, I'll be down to do it. I liked it. It was fun.
Oh, okay. Well, I understand you want to do it again with it. I'm asking about me. If the invite's still there.
Listen, if Waz starts it up, I will literally ask him, yeah, let's do one with Stu.
All right, cool. Thanks, man. My special guest who's joining us right now, I think he had a better result for his team. Are you used to those 5 o'clock starts to watch the Maple Leafs, Rick, or what?
Buddy, last night was unreal. I had back-to-back, the Leafs starting at 5 o'clock, then flipping to the Jays, and then all of a sudden watching the Oil take care of business. Fucking losing to the Calgary Flames. Bro, what was that?
Oh, my goodness, man. Did you catch the interesting part of the game or what?
Buddy, I was watching it I saw the first 3 goals and I was like, all right, here we go, boys. Here we go. You guys are going to have a fucking stroke on opening night.
I was about to, man. I was so angry. That third goal, just inexcusable. Inexcusable, man. And what I was just telling the listeners earlier, Rick, that when you look at that goal, who is that on? Is that on Evan Bouchard or is that on Stuart Skinner?
A little bit of both, if I'm being honest. But because Bouch has got the you don't know where he was looking, but also too you got to just hop on that, bro. The goalie's got to have
come on,
make a decision. So I saw the video on your page. Was that I gotta ask, was that in real time or did you?
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh god.
I'm kind of editing in some of the replays to match my emotion there, but it was in real time. That is raw emotion reaction that you're seeing there.
Okay, cool. I was wondering that. I was like, oh, I could see that he was pissed, but I didn't know if it was for the camera or what the fuck was going on.
It was a bit of both. It was a bit of both, but I was calling the game live on TikTok the entire game, so that was a live reaction of what happened there, and I wasn't the only one that reacted that way. Let's be honest. I'm probably the only one that posted it on social media.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, and it begins, and I'm just like, the team, right? It's an all-in year for the next 3 years. They're literally signing that Roslovic. I'm pretty sure the Oilers offered him more money in the summer, and he was like, nah. And then he saw the first couple the first period. He's like, all right, dude, I gotta get my cookies on this team. I'm just gonna sign a contract right now.
Yeah.
For what was it, $1.50?
Yeah, 1.5.
And then it's the amount of offensive talent you have on there, and then it's just this, then you got to see this, and you're like, for fuck sakes, like I could not even imagine as an Oilers fan, right?
I was just gutted, Rick. It was brutal, man. Like, you can't let stuff like that happen, man. But it's always gone this way for season openers for Stuart Skinner. I mean, the Winnipeg Jets destroyed them 6-0 on the season opener. You're going up against the Flames. It's like, okay, we can mop the floor with the Calgary Flames. And we thought we were going to at a certain point. But once they started to build some momentum, and then those are the kind of goals that really just suck the life out of the team. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. But I can't discredit Dustin Wolf, though. Dustin Wolf was amazing. Probably doesn't get talked about enough in that game. He made some high-octane saves. Oilers had a power play in the final minute of overtime, and he absolutely robbed Evan Bouchard. So, if it wasn't for that, maybe we would have had a different result. But if Stuart Skinner would just tend the goal, we would have won the game. So that's my frustration.
It's tough, man. I was kind of happy about that because I got Wolfie in my pool. I'm back in hockey pool for the first time in 4 years.
Yeah.
And I basically picked him because I was like, who the hell else is gonna tend the goal for Calgary? Like, they might only get like 30 wins, but he's gonna get all of them. So I'm like, that's gonna be right. But it's just, at this point, and I'll be honest, like I don't like this denial from Skinner. Like, I'm not, honestly, dude, I'm not trying to rip on him. Like, I guess that's enough Oilers fans do that, but it's almost like it's kind of like delusional. Like, he just says like, oh yeah, it's a mistake. It's only going to happen once this year. And it's like, dude, have you looked at your fucking blooper reel the past year? This isn't just like a write-off, like a one-off, right? So it's like, he almost, and then like his comments about like, I want to make like fucking Canada and shit. And it's like, bro, like confidence is a good thing, but like self-realization, self-awareness is also important too.
Yeah, look at the results you're putting out. So you watched that post-game interview he had, right?
Yeah, and I read an article. I think it was one of those mutts that does the Oilers. I think it's Spectre. I think all the players hate him too.
I don't like Speck either, but I was watching a clip of him talking about, I think on another podcast, and I was finally, one point, I'll actually agree with what Speck was saying.
Yeah.
Where he's talking about Skinner and the inconsistencies and these kind of things that happen. Like you were talking about the blooper reel. What I was really upset about, clearly you could see how upset I was in real time there, but listening to a portion of that interview, it was just so nonchalant, not taking accountability for what happened. Yeah. When they asked him about it, he said, "Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't make me look too good there, huh?" And then he goes on to brag about how good he was in the shootout. Yeah. And I was like, well, you weren't that good in the shootout. You still lost the game. I don't know, man. That's what drives me nuts. Like, you see Connor Hellebuck, for example. He'll go out there and take accountability in the playoffs. He says some really weird stuff, but he puts the accountability on himself, and you just don't see that from Stuart Skinner. At least he said the defense, we played a great defensive game. Yeah, we did. The Oilers doubled the shot output for the Calgary Flames for the majority of the game, and then, I don't know. I was just so angry, man.
Fuck, I don't know, man. It's tough, but like right now, it's like who would they even get? I know people want to like right off the hop say like, oh yeah, like they could go big game hunting, but it's like, dude, like until you start seeing teams like fall off the map, like Boston isn't just gonna give up Swayman, like Sorokin from the Islanders.
Keep Swayman, we don't want him.
Yeah, like Sorokin, like that's
Sorokin we'll take.
But like, why would he want to leave the Islanders right now? Like the season's young, like they're still in it, right? Like it's like, and even so, because of the fact that all the GMs know that the Oilers desperately need a goaltender, what do you think they're gonna charge for you to get a goalie, especially a guy like that? They're gonna be like, dude, give me the fucking farm, give me every single like pick you have for like the next like
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
They're gonna ask for Nuge. Nuge is a big ticket right there. They're gonna ask for somebody like Nuge.
somebody,
Take Darnell Nurse, but that's gonna be a tough sell for what he's making.
Yeah, like it's not as easy to do that trade. One guy I wondered about, and I'm just throwing this out here, but I don't know if he would leave. But what about fucking Jordan Bennington? Would you guys? He's got like a year left. Is that a guy you would like the Oilers would want?
Benny, of course, man. He represented us for Team Canada and won it. The guy's got a bit of a hothead. You know, he's got a temper. He's got to be able to maintain that a little bit. Especially in the playoffs, because you know how crazy it gets. But he was able to maintain that in the Four Nations. So 1,000%, I would take Jordan Binnington for sure. The guy's got skill. The guy's good. We all know that.
Yeah, like you're right. There's that, like a bit of a hothead, but he can handle the pressure of big games, right? Like the whole Game 7 in Boston, and then winning the Four Nations in Boston. Like the guy just loves playing in Beantown. But I'm wondering, like, but like a guy like him, like what, like realistically, like the Blues, like they got a nice backup guy there that could, but it's like who the fuck, like St. Louis are still in it. So what are they like? What are they gonna do? Unless they're just like, all right, let's write off the season. But you'd have to bank on them not being in the playoff picture. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the Oilers are panicking for a goalie right now because we haven't even given Calvin Pickard a shot. But that was my question. I put it out on that post. I asked it in the poll there. Who do you think starts on Saturday? Do they? I think they're gonna go back to Stuart Skinner to give him another chance. He's a cat with 9 lives. He gets so many chances. So I think they're going to put him back in there to get his confidence back up again. Oilers are probably going to play their best defensive game ever, and then Skinner will win the game. Or do they go with Calvin Pickard to show that, hey, man, when you screw up and you make a terrible mistake like that, you're going to have to pay for it. And they put Pickard in. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's still too early to like all of a sudden throw like get the tandem in. Like if they want Stu, like, and that's the other thing too. If whether you keep him or trade him, you still want to play him, in my opinion, because if
keep his value up.
Yeah, like if you do want to trade him and like upgrade, and that would be like, if you like, do you follow basketball at all or no? Yeah. Like, do you remember like the Raps before they won?
Yeah.
In order to win, that final piece was doing like
Kawhi.
DeMar for Kawhi. But it's like I don't like in hockey that doesn't happen a shit ton. But like you want to play Skinner because then you could do like Skinner and the farm for like a number 1 goalie because. Yeah, whether or not, like, you chirp him or not, he does got value. Like, he's only, like, 27, 28, so he might not be a bum in, like, 2 or 3 years. But right now, like, that whole, like, I don't know, man. I think that the playing in the limelight in oil country, I think it gets to him, maybe.
Well, it has to, and I think you talked about it on the last show, Rick, when we talked about the mental game for the goalies as well, too, how many times they've gone through it. And I think they talked about that. I think Stuart Skinner was also working with a separate psychology coach as well, too.
Yeah.
Because it is a big mental game, man, let alone this happens on the first game of the season as well, too, when essentially this game was in the bag. But, I mean, credit the Calgary Flames, man. They didn't give up, and Blake Coleman rushed down the ice and said, I'll score, no problem. The puck's sitting right there. And that's all she wrote, man.
Bro, that was a brain fart. And it's like, you didn't even need to wait to the end of the first fucking game of the season, eh? If it was like Skinner, like, if it's like some sort of social experiment, he's like, all right. He's like, I'm going to torment you guys again for another whole season. Like,
oh, dude, man.
What weren't they talking about the weight thing? Like it was like, oh, he lost weight. It's like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, he should have gone to the eye doctor to get his eyes checked. He was staring at that puck for whatever reason.
Whatever that play was, that has nothing to do with fucking having a beer gut.
Yeah, I don't
dude.
know. You know, that's at the start of the game, Rick. I watched, the whole game. I was commentating on it. He did look quicker in the net. He did seem confident, but as soon as that first goal went in, which I'm not going to fault him on, the first goal, it was a fluke goal by their rookie. Forget his name there.
Oh,
Grift,
fucking Gridden or
Grifton,
whatever the Russian
Gridden,
guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He just did a crazy spinorama just to throw it out front, and it goes off Phillips skating in. Like, not going to fault him on that. The
Yeah.
second goal, a little controversial as well too. You could have called that one a high stick on one angle, but when it's that close, they always count it. So I could see why they ruled that a good goal. And then just that third goal, just, I don't know, inexcusable, man. But
Yeah.
it is what it is, and the Oilers just got to find a way to try and figure it out and get back up on the horse and be that team. I was listening to your last show, Rick. I was listening to your last show. It sounds like you and your brother, you believe in the Oilers. It sounds like on
Yeah.
that show. Hey, we're
I
going the
do.
distance.
I really do, man. And for me, it's like you look at these teams that have been good for a while now, like kind of like the wagon teams, and we all know who they are, right? Like it's kind of like it's like the World Cup, right? Like there's only 7 or 8 teams that realistically can do it. And for me, I look at the teams that haven't gotten over the hump, which
Yeah.
I mean, the Oil are the
Obviously.
closest, right? And then there's Dallas and Carolina, and both of them have gone to conference finals like consecutive years. So to me, it's like it's a matter of time, right, before they do it. But I really do believe that this in the next 3 years, there's going to be a cup in there. I don't know if it's. I mean, you'd want it to be a couple, obviously, because that's a greater chance of McJesus, re-signing if he gets a couple in there. But and I thought that was good business too. A lot of those tickets they've signed the last couple of days, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's it, man. If you're that close and you keep a group together, what more could you ask for? Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to keep a core together if they can't win shit like the Leafs.
Right. Yeah.
But to get to the finals and have all these guys all locked in for the next 3 years. But you notice there's one guy who didn't get the contract extension yet.
Stuart Skinner, we all know that. He's not getting one because he sucks, man. Plain and simple. They want to see what he can do. Can Stuart Skinner really take us to the final? I know he's done it twice, but has he? Has he really? Calvin Pickard carried the Oilers in the playoffs to get them to where they were. And then last year he had to step in during the finals to get him there. But the thing was, I would say last year, the year prior, the Oilers were a better team. I think they regressed this past year. They didn't look as good. Obviously, it didn't go to 7 games either, but they just lost the speed. And defensively, they were a bit better as well, too. So I didn't even think our goaltending had to do that much. Sergei Bobrovsky, on the other hand, was playing out of his freaking mind, man.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for him, the Oilers would have hosted the Cup, man. And it just goes to show what a really good elite goaltender can do for your team. Oilers have subpar goaltending, and that's how it is. People want to admit that or not. That's the truth. That's the reality, man.
Yeah. Hey, here's a question I have for you. Like, I'm actually curious to what you think. And I'll give you my answer, but after, I want to hear what you say. What do you think? Who cares about term? But what do you think Stu will get as a contract extension? Not necessarily with the Oilers. I'm just talking about his market value. I know, like, you want to say, like, fucking league minimum, but I consider,
realistically.
Yeah, consider what he's done, like, on his resume and his age. What do you think realistically is a fair number for him?
Well, based on the results he's got now, I would say if they are you saying if they were to offer him a contract extension tomorrow or within the month?
Yeah, like pretend for a second like Stuart Skinner becomes a free agent tomorrow. What is the number that he's signing with another team?
I think he's lucky to sign for anything. I think it's generous if he gets 5.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because like you said, the 2 Stanley Cup Finals, that's on his resume. His age, he's got experience.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be better under a different team. Maybe. Maybe that's not always
Yeah.
the case, right? So I think 5 is being generous. I was about to say 6.5, and then I brought that number down. What about
Yeah.
you?
Well, that's just it. Like I look at like Stollers and like Stoley the goalie, right? Like respectable numbers, and he played well last night. And what did he sign in Toronto for?
I can't remember.
3.75.
Oh, what a
But
deal.
but here's
What a
the
deal.
catch. Here's the catch, is that he's never played more than like what 40 games in a year.
Mm,
So it's like Stu on the other hand, like I hate to say it, bro, but he's gonna ask for like probably about 5.5, and
yeah,
he'll probably get it somewhere, if not with the
yeah,
Oilers.
yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of the issue, right? Like,
The only way the Oilers re-sign Stuart Skinner is if he can find his game and actually be the real starter for the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, technically he's still a starter, but if he can actually prove he's a legit starter and shut up the haters like me and everybody else that's upset with his play, he has to prove that. And I don't think he's proven anything. I don't care about these 2 Stanley Cup final appearances. I think the Oilers carried him there. That's what I think, man.
yeah,
You don't see any game-saving saves. You hear everybody say he outdueled Jake Ottinger against Dallas. Okay, whatever. Did you watch the Oilers play defensively in those shutouts?
yeah,
I mean, how many saves did he make in those games? 18 saves, and he was
yeah,
elite? I don't think so, man. The team played really good in front of him because they know he can't stop a freaking beach ball. You know,
yeah,
that's the issue, man. That's
yeah.
the issue.
Well,
I know I sound like I'm such a hater, but bro, it's just frustrating to
well,
watch
you're like
and watch everybody defend him. It just gets me so mad.
yeah, no, you're fucking diehard, and that's fair. But okay, there's some people coming in the comments and like saying that like, oh no, 5, like are you fucking stupid? But it's like, dude, did he not? Has he not won? Did he win 40 games one year, or was it like high 30s? Did he
Something
crack?
like that. Something like that. But I mean, if you look at his career for the amount of wins he's got, he's getting up there. He's getting up there. But
But
I think you're right.
that's just it though. It's like I hate to say, but like, and as a Leafs fan, like if there's a lot of Oilers fans, dude, I can empathize. Like when I hear Mitch Marner, like
Hmm.
originally, like the Leafs offered the biggest contract in NHL history, like or sorry, in Leafs history, like over 13, and I'm sitting there being like, this guy does fuck all in the playoffs. What are we paying this guy the
Right.
biggest ticket all time? But the point is that he got 100 points, so that's like he's gonna get 12 million. So whether or not we hate Stuart Skinner, like the guy's been to 2 finals, he's won if not 40 games, close to it in a
Hmm.
season. Like he's gonna get at least 5. Like Mackenzie Blackwood gets 5 now. Like there's no
He's better.
way.
He's way better than Skinner, though. Not even close.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
He
Like
he was playing. He's playing on the San Jose Sharks, Rick. I mean, we're not comparing apples to apples here, right?
well, he technically got traded to Colorado when he got that ticket, but
Yeah.
I see what you mean, but I think here's how you handle the Skinner situation. You just gotta try to find a fucking solid backup. Like I like Picks. Like Picks is good, but like he's kind of older, and I think he kind of like he stepped up, but you need like a reliable like again, he's not on the market because he went to Detroit, but would you feel comfortable if it
Hmm.
was a Picks and Gibson duo?
Yeah, I'd feel more comfortable than I do right now with Skinner.
Yeah, like that way. It's like if he fucking bums it, and like,
Yeah.
what did Gibson go for? Only a second. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to necessarily go for Sorokin, but you need like you got to have a better option than like okay, we need picks to to bail us out because
Yeah.
he might not be that guy. I don't know. I mean, these are probably hot takes, and people are probably calling me a fucking meat stick for saying this, but I just, if I'm being honest, bro, like, because there isn't anyone out there right now. There isn't. I don't know who else they could get right now that would be necessarily better, like
Yeah.
money wise and shit.
Well, I mean, I think the Connor Ingram move was a sneaky good move because we talked about that last week on the show. We've seen shades of brilliance with this guy on the Arizona Coyotes, not so much in Utah. Obviously, he was going through some stuff, but if this guy plays lights out in Bakersfield, which I fully expect him to, you know, we're going to see some action with him. And I don't know. I think some people are kind of writing him off, thinking, well, he's just a backup in case something goes wrong. That is the case, but I think he's going to really step up. And as long as everything's okay with this guy, I don't remember what exactly it was he was dealing with. I think it was something personal, but
it was,
I think he could be the guy. I think he could be the guy. So I think that was a sneaky good move by Bowman. And then Bowman's got to make some other moves as well too. How about bringing in Roslovic, like you said? They put, and everybody was kind of concerned about the cap space. They're like, how is this guy going to play? But they put Jake Wallman on long-term injured reserve now, which frees up room for Roslovic to play now. So I think we're probably going to see this guy play on Saturday. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, how'd the kids look? I didn't really get to see too much of it. Like Ike, like did he sniff any fucking?
You know, Ike had a good opportunity, but I think it's like I think he got nervous. Like he had one opportunity in the third period, glorious opportunity, and you know how that expression goes. He stick handled himself into submission. Just too many dipsy doodles. Didn't even get a shot off. He did the same thing in the shootout. He did this one too many moves, didn't get a shot off as well too. He just missed the net. So I think he's just
man.
Yeah, he was ice cold.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
He went ice cold. Dude, I gotta say though, man, like, because I went to 2 Oilers playoff games last year. That and the Bell Center have got to be the most intimidating places to
go to a game.
To have your first game. Like can you imagine, like, you go from playing like college and then all of a sudden you just see fucking 19,000 Burtons in a barn together? Like, dude, like that is, I could tell you, man, I would be interested to see the Habs, because when they went to the Stanley Cup Finals, it was like whatever that fucking COVID shit was, when there was like, I don't know, they only let like 50 people in the arena.
Yeah.
But I would be interested to see what a Habs Stanley Cup final game is like. And well, we know what it's like in Edmonton, and that barn is fucking rocking, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm glad you went to go check out. Matt, we got to go check out a game, bro. We got to make sure we go check out a game at some point, man.
Buddy, I'm so down, man.
I know you got
because I'm definitely doing the doubleheader too, because I want to see them against the Knox. They got a game against, I was looking on Fan First, like, because when you get those teams like the Utah Super Soakers coming to town, it's only $50.
What?
Yeah, fan First.
To sit up in the boonies, like the upper deck or whatever, but still $50. That's a steal of a deal.
Yeah, dude. Like, I was like looking at like, because you can look, and I'm not sure if Fan First is an actual partner of your pod fella, but you should get on it, because they got the cheapest ticket prices.
I've used them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe give Ricky a break from daddy duty, maybe the Super Soakers, or maybe there's probably, like, when the Sabres come to town, you're probably looking at like, I don't know, 50 bones to watch them play that beer league squad.
Yeah, we'll do some work at the same time as well too, and then we'll go into the game after, man. It'll be a blast. I'm excited for that, man.
Hell yeah, fella.
Thanks for the heads up on that. I'm sure the prices will go up later, so we're going to look at it. Hopefully not all the people on the live take our tip here and buy all those tickets. But yeah, man, it was just very frustrating to watch. I know it's only one game, and I don't want to get my panties in a wad, whatever people want to say, but I was incredibly upset, man, just to see that game wasted like that when everything looks so good. And then, I'm looking at the comments of that video that I put up, and, people are like, McDavid sacrificed for this.
Yeah. What do you think he's thinking right now, eh?
Dude, there's no way that the guys aren't mad when they see something like that. I understand, you got to support your teammates and stuff, but it is what it is. It is what it is, man. And to not even acknowledge that, that was his fault during the interviews. And he's always like that during the interviews. That's what pisses me off, man. Like, he doesn't take accountability for it. He finds someone else to blame. And then he talks about how good he was when he wasn't. That I was just.
Do you think that's a defense mechanism?
Of course it is. Of course
Yeah.
it is. But, you know, it would have been nice to hear Stuart Skinner say, you know what, I screwed up. You know, that's 100% on me and I got to be better and I can't let stuff like that happen. You know, but he didn't say that. He laughed it off and just said, "Oh, does it make me look good, eh?" And then he just
Yeah.
moved on to something else and I was like, people feel happy defending this guy when he acts like it's nothing. I understand you gotta be positive and have the right mindset. I'm not the goalie, you know. I'm not in his position, but I don't know. I think accountability is a huge thing, man. That's just my
Yeah.
take.
So when they won their mugs, and they had Grant Fear as their tendy, like was that guy a sieve, or was he like actually nails? Like I don't.
Well, you look at his goals against and save percentage during that time, and I don't know. Usually the Oilers would win like 8-5 or something like that. So I think he would let in a lot of goals. So I think Grant Fuhr was kind of like a Skinner, to be honest. But
Maybe they're hoping.
but you had Wayno, you
Yeah.
had Moose, you had Yari Curry, you had Glenn Anderson, you had all those guys that could put the puck in the back of the net. And the Oilers almost kind of have that right now. But the game has evolved, Rick. The game is so much
Yeah.
different. It's so much faster that's not enough. You need your goalie
Yeah.
to be, solid.
Yeah, I remember back then when those tendies were in net, like you would see like some of the goals, like they like it made it look like they just like half-ass tried to save the fucking puck. Like they just like throw their hand like, I hope I
Yeah.
save this. And like they're and
Yeah.
you would win the Vezina with like a 7 goals against average. Like,
Right.
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, the game's changed now, right? And like my dad, he's around for the glory years, and he would talk about it. He was not a Grant Fuhr fan. He was an Andy Moog fan who won 2 cups prior to that. He thought he was the better goalie, and Grant Fuhr kind of took on the reins and basically got all the credit. I think both goalies are Hall of Fame. I don't know if Andy Moog's in the Hall of Fame. If he's not, he should be,
Yeah.
because he won a couple cups for the boys as well too.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know, like if you're comparing them to the wagons in the West, like is Skinner better than Aiden Hill?
No,
No, you don't think so?
no, absolutely not.
Hill kind of, but he could be kind of shaky too, though. No.
Not from what I've seen against the
Okay.
Oilers. I mean, yeah, he maybe in the playoffs he did get a little bit shaky, but I mean, when you're going up against Davo and
Yeah,
Draisaitl and Hyman and Nuge and Bush, and they're firing on all cylinders. I mean, who does Vegas have that are snipers? They got Mark Stone, Jack Eichel. They got Mitchie Mana now. By the way,
Yeah.
have you gone to Timmy's lately, Rick?
No.
They got the hockey cards back. You know the first card I pulled?
Was Mitchie?
Yeah, in a Leafs tarp
Well,
there. Yeah.
now I'm definitely not gonna drink that horse piss. Is he okay? Is he better? Okay, so he's not better than Ottinger. There's no, not any day of the week. Is he better than Blackwood? You said no.
Is Skinner better than Blackwood?
Yeah.
Hell no. Blackwood's
No.
way better.
Okay. Think about some of the other wagons.
I mean, the list, I don't know. Good luck. Good luck, Rick.
I'm-
Listen,
I'm-
I watch all these games, bro. He's not better than much, bro. He's not
I'm
better
trying
than
to
much.
give Oilers fans fucking hope here, bro. Like I don't know, like who else is like a real threat in the West. Okay, the East team. Is he better than Freddie Anderson for Carolina?
No.
Yeah,
Absolutely
but
not.
Freddie,
He gets injured a lot, I guess, right?
yeah. Okay, is he better than Stolers or Wool?
No, I would take either of those guys over Skinner.
Okay, let me think. I'm trying to
The-
think of like.
No,
fucking, like,
good luck. You're not going to find any, Rick.
He's not better than Vasilevsky. Even if Vasilevsky lost a leg, he still wouldn't be as good. Fucking. What about Markstrom in New Jersey?
Okay, I'll stick with Skinner because Markstrom's kind of fallen off. He's not what he was anymore, I think.
Yeah.
So I'll keep Skinner. I think you found one there.
So there's one.
Yeah.
Did we get all the wagons? Who else is there?
You covered quite a bit of them. It's not like back in the day, Rick, where you could name all those elite goaltenders: Belfour, Cujo, Hextall, Potvin. You could just throw them out there, and they were all elite goaltenders. Nowadays it's like you're trying to think. I mean, obviously there's Shesterkin in New York, right? Shesterkin, obviously the best goalie in the league, or Connor Hellebuck. I don't know what happens to him in the playoffs.
Oh, I forgot about. Yeah, he's not better. He might be better than Hellebuck on the road in playoff games, though.
I'll give him that because I don't know what's going on with Hellebuck in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude. Did I ever tell you I met Mika Kiprusoff?
No, where'd you meet Mika?
In Napanee, Ontario. I used to serve at a restaurant. They were doing some like World Junior fucking like training like games or something, and then there was the Finnish squad there, and the coaches were like there, and they were just getting shittered, dude. Like their bill ended up being like, I'm gonna say like probably about like $1,400, and like 200 of it was food, and and I'll be honest, like I definitely overserved him a little bit. And he just looked at me, he's like, man, I want to get so fucked up I just fall down these stairs tonight. And then so then I gave him another beer, and then I asked him, like, when he was pinned, I was like, bro, like in 04 you guys won, man, like just be honest with me. He's like, oh yeah, like I think we fucking won that for sure. And then we had to cut him off. Like I didn't cut him off, I just kept giving him beers with the staff, like the management had to. And then before he left, I was like, hey man, you want to come over to my house and just dump me a bottle of wine? He's like, yeah, let's go, man. So Kipper was gonna come over, but then the coaches were like, no, we got to get him back. We got practice at like 8 a.m. So they took a fucking cab back to the hotel. But he was, dude, I got a photo. I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I don't know if I could put it up on this thing or if I could send it to you. But it was, yeah, I met the guy, man, and he took care of me too. Like he tipped me pretty well.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I was waiting for the rest of the story when he came over to drink the wine with you.
No. He was like hacking darts out front though. And yeah, I know he likes darts and strippers though. I know that.
Oh, that's a cool story, man.
Yeah.
I don't have too many cool stories of meeting NHL players, man. I met George LaRock a few times. Big George there. I think you had seen him at one of the games as well too, right?
Yeah, he ignored me. Like, I was like, LaRock, what's up, buddy? Just fucking didn't even look at me.
Yeah. He obviously gets it a lot, but
yeah.
But yeah,
I gotta ask you. So yeah. I know this is your pod, but I'm trying to really like I really want to like beat down this Skinner thing. So here's what I want to ask you then.
Yeah.
If like money wise, let's say, let's put it this way: in order to upgrade your goaltending, you have to part with somebody on the team not named Darnell Nurse, because I know that would be Oilers' like first pick.
Of course.
So who would you realistically look at the roster, be like, okay, I'll get Jordan Bennington, like he's $6 million. But that means like $6 million has got to go out. So I'm thinking like, you know, guys like Hyman, someone like Nuke, someone like even Wallman. Like I know they just signed him, but I'm not even talking about a realistic trade. I'm just saying, who would you be comfortable in order to get an elite goalie having to part with?
Well, you can see him on the top line there. He didn't do anything that game. Trent Frederick, they just signed him to a 7-year deal. I don't know why. I know it's only game one, but the Oilers have high hopes for this guy. But Trent Frederick, young guy, supposed to be a power forward. So right now I'm leaning towards Trent Frederick, but with who? That's not enough, right?
Yeah, Frederick might get you Stolers. Like, that's it. 'Cause they're like the same money. So if you want like... Well, honestly, if you want like a Sorokin, then you got to get rid of basically Wallman, who they just signed.
Yeah.
Right? Like, would you do that, though? Like, would you do that trade-off to lose a top 4 D-man?
For a 10D?
Yeah.
I would, because that's the Oilers' biggest weakness is goaltending. People want to say it's defense. It's not. I mean, just watch all the blooper reels. Last night you saw one that was really bad, and that's just one. So you have to give somewhere, right? Or Stan Bowman's got to get creative. I don't know if we've got any more first-round picks to give up. That
Yeah.
seems like what the Oilers always want to give up. I don't know if they've got any left. You look at the past couple draft years, Oilers haven't been anywhere in the first round to draft anybody. I think Sam O'Reilly was the last one, dead last, and they traded him away for the Iceman.
Yeah. Fuck,
So
I just don't know, like, if to get Bennington, but you have to lose either Hyman or Nuge.
mhm.
Is that what you would do?
Hyman or Nuge?
Like money wise. So money's got to go out. So in order to get Bennington, you got to lose one of
Those
those
two guys, that's really hard to sacrifice, Hyman and Nuge, because those are core players for you. But if it's going to get you a goalie, if I had to choose between the two of them,
Like it's hard.
unfortunately, it would have to be the Nuge. I would have to give up. Yeah, that's a tough one. But Zach Hyman's just got that grit that you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nuge has got a little bit of it. He's probably more of a better positional player, considering the work he does on the penalty kill as well too. So that's tough. That's a pickle.
But that's the thing, is that the way the Oilers constructed their team, they can't spend that much on goalies because they want to spend too much on forwards, too much on the back end. So it's like, so realistically, if you want a Bennington on the team,
that's what you're going to
like,
give up.
Like you have to, yeah.
That's the cost. You got to pay.
You got to, and it might not be a trade straight up. Like, I'm not saying Nuge for Sorokin makes even more, but like Nuge for Bennington, but it might have to be another way. Like Nuge would go somewhere else, and then they bring in, you gotta lose something in order to get the goalie in. Like, because Skinner doesn't even make that much. Like, you're not even gonna get a big ticket tendy anyways. I don't know, man. It's just so tough.
It is, man. But yeah, no, it's funny that you say that, because that's what the Oilers continue to do. They continue to add throughout the roster, but they refuse to look at goaltending, kind of. I think the Connor Ingram move, I'm telling you, that's a sneaky move. I think we're going to see Ingram this year, man, especially if last night's game is any indication of how the Edmonton Oilers season's going to go. It's one game. I get it. It's just one game. So we got the entire season to see what's going on here, but they're not going to take the entire season to make a move here, because basically if they wait come trade deadline and all these goalies are flying and moves are made and the Oilers are too late to the table to make a deal there, that's a slap in Connor McDavid's face, bro. That's a slap in Connor McDavid's face after the hometown discount that he just took. And, you know, I heard Wayno talking about it on TNT there, Gretz, the great one. And he was saying that, you know what, I think this team looks better this year, is what he said. You know, he's talking about the young speed that the Oilers got. You watched last night's game. The Oilers do look a lot faster, which is nice to see.
Yeah,
and they were missing key pieces in the lineup. Zach Hyman still on long-term injured reserve. Wallman still out as well too. So he thinks that they look good, but they really need to focus on goaltending, man. And you know, he picked up Connor Ingram just to see, like, if he can't, I guess Connor Ingram's that guy that's just gonna find his way into the lineup at some point, depending on how things go. And right now, it's not a good start.
Yeah, I think we established that my comments are different than yours, but someone said NHL goalie comparisons and team discussions. But here's my question: who's that kid in Minnesota that just signed? The fucking Gustafson.
Yeah.
Dude, he got like almost $7 million. Would you take him over Skinner? Because I wouldn't.
You don't think Gustafson's good? From what I've seen, I thought he was good.
No, but like, is he a $7 million goalie?
That's a high ticket for him, but I think he's better than Skinner. I'm not surprised that they paid him that. I mean, well, look at Billy Garrett. I mean, he paid Kirill Kaprizov $17 million. So.
Yeah, he has no choice, because now that he gave fucking Kaprizov like half the franchise, like now you have to overpay everybody on that team.
And isn't that interesting as well too? Because right after you see Connor McDavid, you know, playing chess over here, and he's like, "No, I'll stay. I won't take a raise." And something that people aren't talking about with Connor McDavid taking the hometown discount there, I think that's also a move where Connor McDavid says, "You know what? I'm not going to take a raise. I haven't got the job done yet, and I'm gonna once I get the job done, then pay me." you know, and I think that goes to show the 2 years. I think that just speaks volumes of the leadership and the maturity of this guy to say, you know what, you know, we've got some money. We want to keep everybody happy in the locker room. We've got a great chance to win here. And that's what I want. And that's what I want. So
yeah. What did you think about two guys I want to ask you about that also signed? The Ekholm 3 years at four bananas, which I thought was a good deal.
Yeah.
But what did you think about, like, I got to ask, I'm telling you right now, Oil faithful, there's a lot of people thinking that Wallman got overpaid. Like,
initially I thought that as well too. I looked at it and I'm like, oh great, we signed Ekholm for, you know, $4 million. Good job, Bowman. Great negotiation skills. And then you see the gritty man get 7. But when I looked at that deal, I was like, man, $3 million more per year over Ekholm. I think it's because it's a longer term deal. Salary cap's going to go up over that time, and Jake Wallman's younger. But I was kind of surprised at the amount that was signed for him as well too, because I feel like he's got more to prove, you know.
Yeah.
But hopefully this just fuels Wallman to live up to that standard, because the Oilers made that mistake before with Darnell Nurse. Like, Darnell Nurse is never ever going to make that kind of money ever again.
No.
Unless he decides to become like a Norris Trophy candidate defenseman. I just don't see it happening.
He owes his fucking agent a Maserati, bro.
No kidding.
But like, that's the thing, is that, like, on one hand, like, I was like, Wallman 7 sheets, but then I was like, I mean, he got 40 points, and like, the way I see it is like, my Leafs, for instance, they already have 2 better puck moving defensemen than the Leafs. So basically, I mean, you could make like, Rowley looked good last night, but Riley's game kind of teetered off. If I'm being, like, everyone knows it, like, Leafs Nation. Yeah. So I'm like thinking, if Wallman, like, he got 40 points last year in like 60 games, if that guy can whack home 50, 60, then the Oilers have already 2 offensive defensemen that would automatically be the Leafs' best defenseman already. So it's like, that's where I look like the Leafs aren't close to the Oilers, because we don't even, like, Riley wouldn't even be the third. Like, Morgan Riley wouldn't even be the third best offensive defenseman on the Oilers.
You know, there's only 2 defensemen out there in the league who I feel have kind of kept their game where it is, maybe one more than the other. Drew Doughty on the LA Kings. I mean, this guy can still play puck, man. Drew Doughty. I mean, he was on the Four Nations for Team Canada. The other one, Brent Burns. He's not what he was, but still solid. Imagine the Oilers get a grizzled vet on D like Brent Burns.
Yeah. I actually, sorry, I messed that up. What I meant to say, I had a stroke, is I said Riley wouldn't even be the second best. He would be the third, like, best defenseman.
Right.
So I had to say that, or else I was gonna pass out.
I think you did say that.
Well, I said I thought I said that he wouldn't even be the third best, but I meant to say I don't know. I'm probably having a fucking stroke or two.
Well, don't do it on this show.
I'll try.
Or make sure your wife is close by, man.
Yeah, but I do agree with you. Like, I think if the Oil were gonna get another defenseman at the deadline, we ain't looking at a puck mover. And also, speaking of strokes, is that ambulance siren coming from you or me?
You can hear that, eh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, it's funny. I think you picked that up before I could actually hear the ambulance. I got the headphones on, so I think the mic is picking it up.
Isn't it funny how I said I was gonna have a stroke, and then all of a sudden I hear a fucking ambulance? And I was like, oh shit, maybe that's foreshadowing.
He's over at Edmonton, not here.
Yeah, someone's saying I should be an Oilers fan. Buddy, I live here in Edmonton. I would love to see fucking McDavid. Like, I honestly, at this point, I kind of want McDavid. I think I want him to win a cup more than I want the Leafs to.
Yeah, man.
12.5? Like, no one on the Leafs would ever do that.
No. Now, I mean, you saw Austin Matthews take a 4-year deal, but he got paid. It wasn't crazy overpaid, but he got paid. You know, he took a raise, and McDavid said, no, let's do that. I don't think anybody was expecting that. I thought he was going to match Draisaitl or get like point 0.5 more than Draisaitl, and that was being nice. But he decided, you know what? It's like I said earlier, I haven't finished the job yet. Let me finish the job. I'll get paid in 2 more years. That's how I read that situation.
Okay, I got a hot seat question for you then.
Let's go.
Do you think that this 3-year ticket is kind of like, hey, well, it's 2-year ticket, but this year and 2 more. It's like, get your shit together. I need a fucking mug here in Alberta or else I'm gone. Is that kind of like an ultimatum, you think?
A lot of people are playing that narrative that that's what Connor's saying, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go back to what I said there. I think Connor, basically everything's matched up with what he said leading up until this point, saying the most important thing to me right now is winning, and I feel I got a great opportunity to do that here in Edmonton. So there is that narrative, but what I also think is, you know what? He knows the salary cap's going up anyways. He's got all these sponsorship deals with CIBC, Allo, all these other companies that are paying him. And you heard him in the interview. He was like, you know what? Lenny's not going to go hungry with that money. So he's like, I'm doing okay. So I think it's a strategic investment is what I would call it. He's going to make the same. Hasn't got the job done yet. But in 2 years, I think his main goal, which has been for the past 3 years, 4 years, is to win that Stanley Cup with the Edmonton Oilers. I think he's got the best opportunity to do it now. He had that heartbreak the year past, and then just this recent one where it was just like they got absolutely dummied by the Florida Panthers, and now he's got that anger going into this, right? So that's what I think. I don't think this is an ultimatum that I'm going to leave. It looks that way considering it's a short term, but I think he's also setting himself up to say, you know what? This is an investment. I'm going to get paid later on anyways. That's how I see it.
Oh, dude, the amount of like extra, like you don't even like that move right there. Like it's like, and I love how everyone's just like, oh, he's like one of us now. It's like he still makes fucking 12.5 sheets, bro. Like,
right.
And then in endorsements, what do you think this guy pulls in a year? Like if you want to get any NHL athlete, McJesus is your first pick, right? Like he probably already makes like, what do you think? What do you think a season he makes in endorsements? I mean, you're not making like NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball endorsements, but what? Do they make 10 mil a year from endorsements or no?
I'm not sure how much, but it's definitely in the millions for sure. So I think he looked at that as well too. He's just like, I'm making this as well too. He's a busy guy and he's got lots of money. So, his main concern is, I mean, we talked about it on the very first show, Rick, legacy, man. Legacy is the most important thing. And he doesn't want to be remembered as LeBron James and going to the Miami Heat. That's not what he wants to be remembered as. He wants to be remembered as, like you talked about, the greats, Crosby, Ovechkin, Gretzky. That's what he wants to be remembered as. And he's not going to walk away like Jack Eichel did with the Buffalo Sabres. I think there was some issues with management there for him, but he's just not going to walk away, man. He wants to get the job done in Edmonton like a true champion. Otherwise, he walks away. Are you really a winner? You proved that you're not because you decided to leave, and they're this close, and he just tiptoes away because he's this close. I don't know, man. That's what it's about.
It's just crazy, man, to think about like how that all goes, dude. I mean, I hope, like I said, I want him to win, man. He fucking sure as shit deserves it. And it was very Crosby-esque to kind of like, less for me and more for everyone else. And I'll tell you one thing, if I believe that fucking, it's no coincidence that Gary Batman, as soon as he became commish, no fucking Canadian team has won. And I'm telling you right now, he owes McJesus a cup even to rig it, because McJesus saved a bunch of owners a shit ton of money. Because once Caprice signed that contract, it was like, uh-oh, what's going to happen here? McJesus is like, no, don't worry. I got you, owners
Yeah.
and Gary Batman. I'm only doing 12.5. So all those owners should automatically rig it so he gets a fucking Stanley Cup because they just saved the owners a shit ton of money by not making these salaries continue to explode.
Yeah,
Does that make sense? What I just said?
Batman's already been doing that for the American teams anyways, right? So it's our turn, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like the fact that the best player signed for almost $5 million less than the top contract.
Yeah.
Now, like it's no coincidence that Kyle Connor and Jack Eichel, like they didn't get up to 17 right after McGee signed. So it's like I feel like Batman got a solid done to him by McDavid. So Gary Bettman, I know you fucking rigged this. Now you might as well make the Oilers win because he just saved you and your owners a shit ton of money. You see what I mean? Is this very conspiracy? I don't know, but I'm just saying, dude.
That's an interesting take. I hadn't thought about that, man. There's more money on the table for the owners because you did that?
Well, yeah, because they don't have to pay as many fucking salaries. Now the salaries won't explode as much for all these top guys, right? Like the Kaprizov, they said 17 and McDavid kept it back down there. So it's now you're not going to see a bunch of guys try to go for 15 and 16. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and then I think Jack Eichel came up at 13.5. He took $1 million more than McDavid, $500,000 less than Draisaitl. What did Kyle Connor sign for?
It's like 12 and a bit.
Yeah, 12 and a bit. Obviously, he was going to get paid with Winnipeg, but I think as soon as they saw, the GOAT make his move like that, they're like, oh, you know what, makes sense. Let's try and build the team as well too. So, but no, I think Connor deserves all the credit in the world for doing that. Nobody expected him to do that. They're all just automatically assuming that he needs to get paid the most because of what Kaprizov set it at. So, yeah, man. Love Connor, man, for doing that. And
fucking rights, dude.
Dude, it's awesome, man. And I'm glad you're along for the ride, Ricky.
Yeah, buddy. Let's fucking loyal to the oil, fella.
Let's get it done, man. So what else is new with you, man? I got a crazy story for you. Anything happened with you this past week?
No, not much, buddy. Just fucking mucking content. I've been doing some videos with jerseys made easy.
How's that going?
It's good, man. Yeah, I'm doing a collaboration with them. So if you guys check it out, I always post my greasy beer league tarps, and they're sending me a bunch, and I'm doing that. And yeah,
nice.
They're taking care of Ricky over there,
All right, buddy. There you go, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got a weird phone call last week.
Yeah, what happened?
You ever get those scam phone calls?
Yeah.
Do you always answer them?
I like to fuck with them if I can, but not recently, no.
No?
No, why?
Well, I don't normally answer them. I usually let them go to voicemail, right? Because you look at it and you're like, I know this is a scam, right?
Yeah.
And I was taking my lunch break, and I like to go to the boardroom because it's quiet. Everybody leaves me alone. I go in there myself. And I had my phone on speaker, and I was eating my lunch, and it was on full blast because I was talking to someone earlier. I could barely hear him, and I'm like, oh, whatever, nobody's in the room. So I'm eating my lunch, and I put it on speaker, and it's on full blast, right? And I'm like, oh, they left a voicemail. I was like, maybe it's a real number. Let's see. I doubt it. Because sometimes you just hear, the Chinese lady voice or Amazon purchase, whatever. It wasn't any of those this time. The very first thing it says is you've got an order of pornographic videos being delivered to your door and dildos. Please pay us to this number. And I had to
Jesus Christ.
I had to shut it off right away because my phone was on full blast. And I was like, geez, these guys are getting aggressive now. Yeah. And then I was coming home from work and I'm just like, is this going to be outside my door? And nothing was there, obviously, but it was...
I was waiting for you to tell me the part where it was actually a real legit order. They're going with dildos now, eh? Well, I mean, at least they're making it, a little more spicy, right?
Dude, yeah, I guess so. I was just tripping. I was like, what is this one? I haven't heard this one before. I was like, they're getting aggressive now because everybody's wised up to the Amazon purchase or whatever else. But I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny, man. So I thought I'd tell you.
I would have liked to hear if you would have answered that, like what the conversation would have been like.
No, I think it was an automated voice. You could tell. You know, sometimes when you just listen, you can tell. It didn't sound like it was a regular guy just, you know, reading something. It was, you could tell it was like an Autobot or something like that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but
Well,
anyways, it was
that's
something.
a juicy one there, buddy.
It is, man. But
I thought maybe like you could, if they call back, you could try to look at like a sponsorship or something like that. Get another one for their show, eh?
yeah, I think I'll pass on the pornographic videos and dildos to sponsor, but
Yeah, and who's still even I hope it's not like DVDs and shit. Is
well, that's
it?
what I'm saying. I was like, who gets pornographic videos? Everybody's got their phone, man.
That's probably for like older people. To be
I was like,
honest, because I used to go to one of those like weed porn shops and stuff like that, and they would have like a little closed section where like the old fellas go in there and they look at like the old DVDs and shit like that. It's like,
yeah.
all right, dude, like settle down, like fucking. It's better than like using a Sears catalog. But anyways, yeah, that's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, no, it was. I thought it was funny, so I thought I'd share that story with you.
Yeah,
But what
yeah.
about the ones that you messed with? How do you mess with them? What do you normally say?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there was one where they were like, it was like one of those ones about like trying to get you to like give them your credit card information.
Right.
That will usually like last like a minute or two. And like there was once where I think I acted like scared. I'm like, oh my God, like I made this purchase. Like, oh no. And then I would like start like kind of like adding into it and just
Yeah,
being
yeah.
how could this have happened? And then I pull up my car. I'm like, ha, psych, you fucking pigeon or something. And then just like hang up the phone on them. Like, it would just be shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
I recall doing that at least once, but
hmm
yeah. Next time
And they
that
don't,
happens, though, I'll get a juicy one.
yeah, and they don't call you anymore, I guess. They're like, this guy knows.
No, but that's great, though. Isn't that how you want them to fuck
Oh,
right off?
exactly, man.
Yeah.
Well, good stuff, buddy. You got
Yeah.
anything else you want to go over in the hockey world there?
No, not much, but I just wanted to. It was good to dissect the first game. I mean, it was good. It was good for the boys too. Like on my end to come up with the dub. It wasn't really a good game. I'm worried about the power play. It just. I don't know if you watched it, but they weren't very good. And Michelli, like he just. It didn't look like he really fit with Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are a guy like Poppy, you should be able to carry a line, but I do think he's gonna need more help. The Leafs are gonna have to go out and get probably another top six, in my opinion. But they looked all right.
I hear. Well, yeah, you know what? And I looked at the roster for the Leafs. I was like, you know, this roster doesn't look too bad, man, considering they don't have Marner. So
They're
they still
deeper.
look like a little bit of a wagon. I heard somebody saying deeper. I think you were saying that on your pod that they looked a little bit deeper. And I was like, are they? And I looked at the roster right before we logged on here, and I'm like, not bad, man.
Yeah. Like I'd like to see Cowan get a chance. He's the guy. Like I'm sure you've heard about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like like he came straight from the O, but like he's kind of got an edge to his game, and I want to see like if this guy can, we don't know. Like I'm not saying he is a Matty Nyes, but if we could get another one of those guys, well, now
Yeah.
like you're feeling good, right? But
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have to address at some point because you might have to put Willie Stiles on the top line, but if that's the case, then who's gonna play with John? Right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
the Leafs had that luxury for the longest time of having like kind of two superstars on each
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
And then you could just plug whoever the fuck on the wing, but they don't really have that right now. Even though they are deeper, it's not top heavy. It's more just like deeper, like four lines.
I would like to see Domi elevate his game. I feel like he's kind of regressed. It's not like he was when he broke into the league, you know?
Yeah, Domi's been able to stick around, and that's not knocking him. Like he only makes like 3.5 or something, like 3.25, like 3 3/4. Sorry, but like he, like I don't know if he's ever gonna be that guy that got like 70 points one year. Like I think I think he's kind of at this point, he's just like a middle six kind of guy. And I think you're asking for too much if you're expecting him to be like, I mean, look who his old man was. Like,
Yeah.
fucking Stone
Ty.
Hand.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Love Ty
great,
Domi.
great leader, but the guy had fucking stone mitts, bro.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
Let's get to some questions here before we move on to the final segment of the show. Guys, if you got questions, throw them out in the live chat there. I do find there is one question here. John Johnson 2.0, we were talking about goalies that the Oilers should trade for. I forgot about him. Should the Oilers trade for Merzlikins? I remember that was a big question mark during the offseason as well, too. What do you think about Merzlikins?
What's he gonna do? Like, doesn't he get lit up in Columbus? Like,
He does.
I heard he's gonna lose the starting job this year. So it's like, if you
So
want to
no.
if you want to retain on them, but then even if they retain half, like, isn't that like almost like a $3 million goalie you're bringing in?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that one.
The only goalie I had my eye on was Sorokin. I mean, you want to talk about elite goaltenders in the league for, and like you said, you're going to have to pay to pick up a goalie of that caliber. It's going to cost you, depending on how the Oilers goalie situation looks leading up until that point. That's the only real guy I had my eye on. The one guy who I think they missed the train on there was Artur Shilovs, who's in Pittsburgh now. I mean, finally, Kyle Dubas did something right in Pittsburgh. I mean, it's only been one game, but I don't know. I think the Oilers missed out on that guy.
Yeah, I agree. But then it's like at this point now, if you're going for a goalie, no more fucking experiments. You're going for a number one.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing I could think of, Sorokin's got too much term, so I don't think the Islanders would be able to retain. But if you did Skinner and multiple firsts, it would have to be multiple, and then they would probably have to part with at least another couple mil. So I don't know if that's a fucking Pud Colson or whatever. You might be able to get away with that, but I just, again, I don't even know if Sorokin would want to leave the Islanders. He's got a full no move and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Jordan, too, what do I think of the Jake Wallman signing? We talked about that a little bit earlier on, but, I think Rick thought it was a bit of an overpay. I kind of did as well, too. But I think it gives, Wallman a bit of motivation to go out there and prove why he's worth that. The only reason we were skeptical on it is because Matthias Ekholm only got paid $4 million a year, but it is a shorter term for him as well, too, at 3 years. So
he's a lot younger. He's a lot younger. Let's be honest, right?
That's true.
Wallman could, if he gets 50 points, that's probably what a $7 million defenseman.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised the Oilers even landed him. Mike Greer was willing to part ways with him. So I think that was a good move by Stan Bowman. Stan Bowman took a lot of heat coming in, understandably so, because of the situation in Chicago. But a lot of people were criticizing him, saying he never did anything in Chicago. Well, he's got Stanley Cups in Chicago. Did he come in when the dynasty was kind of there already? Yeah, but he had to lock him up. He had to lock him up just like he's done with the team right now. And he's been making moves. I mean, you talked about the OHL earlier. We had an OHL guy play his first game. He picked up an assist on Draisaitl's 400th career goal in the NHL. It was a beauty. David Tomasic, he's a Finn. Big Finn, man. 6'2", 210 pounds.
40-year-old rookie or something?
Undrafted, 29 years old.
Oh, he's 29.
Yeah.
Because he played for the fucking Belleville Bulls. I was that's where I'm from, bro. They haven't had a team in 10, 15 years. Dude.
No way.
Yeah, I played in their arena growing up. I got fucking lit up in that arena.
You were attendee, right?
Yeah, I was. I was Stu Skinner, bro.
Dude, we should play some ODR, man. I'll shoot some pucks on you, bro.
Yeah. I think I gave I tried selling my hockey equipment for Oilers playoff tickets.
Oh, yeah?
They were only going to offer me $40 for all my equipment.
You can't even afford a drink with 40 bucks.
Yeah, dude. The tickets were like, and I actually thought I was gonna get like $1,000 for it. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
fuck, the pads are still sick, and they're like, yeah, we'll give you 40 for it. I was like, fuck, I like just take it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
So I gotta
Also,
get.
you donated it all. You don't have any left.
No, I got no more pads. I'll probably pick some up from like, I don't know, like fucking Giant Tiger or something.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All good. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
But you know what? We should probably move on to our closing segment of the show here. Just another quick word from our sponsor. Shout out to benchclears.com for sponsoring the show. They've got officially licensed hockey apparel you can wear all year, tanks in the summer, hoodies and windbreakers when it cools down, because it's fall right now. It's a little chilly out there. And because you're listening, you get 15% off your order with the code NOPucksGiven15 at benchclears.com. So that promo code at benchclears.com you're going to use is NOPucksGiven15, and you're going to save yourself 15% off. Use it, guys. Use that discount code before it disappears, man. If you want to look fresh to death, like me over here, that's how you do it. Ricky's got his own Toronto Maple Leafs tarp as well, too. So,
Right, I do.
and I love this gear. It's a little chilly to wear it now, but it's perfect around the house, you know, if you're doing your workout or whatever the case. I love wearing it, man. Keeps you nice and cool, so.
No workout for me. But I do agree, it's comfy.
Awesome. Okay, and then let's move on to our closing segment of the show here, guys. So normally I always like to close the show on a motivational note. I think this is actually Rick's favorite part of the show. Maybe that's why he always likes to come back. It's from my mentor, Andy Frisella. If you don't know who Andy Frisella is, look him up. Look up Andy Frisella, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you use, you'll find him. One of the greatest entrepreneurs in the world. He's built lots and lots of companies. And I get an email message from him once a day. It's a free email package, man. All you got to do is sign up for it. It's called the Andygram. Head on over to andyfrisella.com. And I'm going to read this one quote to you here. This one's called "The Results Don't Lie." When life is great and everything is going our way, it's easy to start to believe we're special, gifted, or unstoppable. When life sucks and we keep getting fed spoonful after spoonful of shit, it's easy to start to believe we're worthless and have no shot. Neither one of these things is true. The reality of your current situation in life is simple. It's the direct result of your actions over the last 30, 60, and 90 days. If you've been disciplined in your execution, that's why you're winning and everything seems to be going your way. If you've been coasting and fucking off, that's why you feel stuck and like you have no chance. Your results are not a reflection of how good or bad you are. They're a reflection of what you've done. So if you haven't done shit, you can't act surprised when your life looks like a complete fucking dumpster fire. Want the next 30, 60, or 90 days of your life to look different? Start executing. There we go, man.
Oh.
And if you like that message and you want to run through a wall right now, like my good buddy Rick Rowley, head on over to andyfrisella.com and sign up for the Andygram. I mean, how can you not feel pumped up after reading something like that every day, man? So
my fucking nipples got hard from that one. Yeah, it was good.
So yeah, go ahead and check that out, guys. I highly recommend it. It's free. Andy Frisella doesn't tell me to promote for him, but I just feel like sharing his word out there because it does a lot for me, man. So anyways, that's the show today, guys. So thank you so much. If you enjoyed the show, please do me a solid, guys. Make sure you give it a 5-star rating on Spotify. I would really, really appreciate that. And share the show, man. Share the show with at least one friend, man. So if they like hockey, if they like the Edmonton Oilers, if they like the Toronto Maple Leafs, if they like NHL hockey talk, and you think this is a show that would benefit them, please make sure you share the show. Click on that share button, share the show. And like I said, give it a 5-star rating when you're done listening to it on Spotify. If you're listening on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's free to do so as well, too. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you to our special guest, Rick Rowley, showing up every single week. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no worries, bud. Always good talking puck with you, fella. And, chin up, eh? You still got a game on Saturday, so we'll see what happens.
That's right, man. Taking on the Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver Canucks come into town, and I don't know. I'm a little nervous, if I'm going to be honest with you. But hopefully the boys can bounce back. I think they will. Hockey night in Canada.
Yeah,
Connor McDavid's going to command the boys. He's going to command his troops, and they're going to whoop. They're going to lay the smackdown on the Vancouver Canucks candy asses, bro. That's what's going to happen.
Fucking go.
Let's go. Thanks, guys. Stuart for real. Signing out.